Adrian Newey's revelation that Aston Martin's entire car design had to be scrapped and rebuilt due to issues with Honda's power unit has sent shockwaves through the Formula One community. The technical director admitted that the engine didn't fit the initial chassis concept, forcing a complete redesign, a rare and costly setback in high-stakes racing. This unexpected twist raises questions. How did such a fundamental mistake occur? And can Aston Martin recover before it's too late? With their new engine upgrade rumored to debut at Zandvoort later this summer, will it be enough to salvage the season, or is 2026 already lost for them? The tension in the paddock is palpable as teams and fans alike wait to see if Honda's promised improvements can transform Aston Martin's fortunes. But behind the scenes, there are whispers of deeper issues that go beyond this year's engine troubles. Newey himself has been accused by some insiders of bearing more responsibility for the AMR26's early struggles than initially admitted. As we dive into the story, one thing is clear: Aston Martin and Honda face a critical juncture in their partnership, one that could define not just the rest of the season but also their future success in Formula One. Honda's planned engine upgrade for Aston Martin, scheduled to debut at Zandvoort in August, has been framed by both teams as a pivotal moment not just for their 2026 season, but also as a strategic advantage looking towards the 2027 regulation changes. According to GP fans and Planet F1, these updates aim to address reliability issues while offering an immediate power boost, particularly on tracks like Monza where performance deficits are most pronounced. Motor Biscuit's analysis questions whether such a dramatic improvement is realistic, suggesting that the rumored gains might be exaggerated in public statements. This skepticism extends beyond engine output alone. Yahoo Sports and F1 Oversteer have pointed out inconsistencies between Newey's optimistic framing of Aston Martin's 2027 prospects and the reality of the current AMR26 performance challenges. The disagreement over whether Honda's issues or Newey's design choices are primarily to blame for Aston Martin's difficulties is a recurring theme in media coverage. Peter Windsor, speaking to F1 Oversteer, expressed doubt about the extent to which Honda can be solely responsible for engine shortcomings that have contributed significantly to the team's 2026 struggles. This tension highlights an ongoing debate within the paddock regarding accountability and strategic decision-making. Meanwhile, Formula1News.co.uk and Roundtable.io underscore Aston Martin's approach of building a head start on AMR27 architecture to avoid repeating the compressed development cycle seen in 2026. The team's focus is on creating a car that can compete from day one under the new regulations, indicating a proactive stance rather than reactive measures. The BBC's internal estimates at Aston Martin suggest a hoped-for lap time improvement of around 0.5 seconds as a result of these upgrades. While this figure aligns with numerical expectations based on power gains and aerodynamic efficiency, it remains speculative without independent validation or confirmation from Honda themselves. Honda's spokesperson Orihara acknowledged the ongoing discussions about engine performance improvements, but emphasized that specific figures like an additional 50 bhp are not definitive. This nuanced approach reflects both teams' cautious optimism while managing public expectations regarding potential breakthroughs in power unit development. The interplay between immediate operational challenges and long-term strategic planning underscores the complexity facing Aston Martin and Honda as they navigate through a season marked by regulatory transitions and performance benchmarks. As F1 Oversteer noted, Adrian Newey's comments about addressing fundamental design issues prior to the 2027 rules change indicate a holistic approach to overcoming current limitations while positioning for future success. This dual focus on immediate fixes and long-term vision highlights the intricate balance required in Formula One. Teams must address pressing performance gaps while simultaneously laying groundwork for competitive superiority under upcoming technical regulations. For Aston Martin, this means leveraging the Honda upgrade to improve results in 2026, even as they lay down architectural foundations that could yield dividends in the subsequent season. The team's early investments in AMR27 planning reflect a broader shift towards preemptive development cycles rather than reactive ones, positioning them strategically ahead of competitors facing similar transitions. This proactive stance not only addresses current performance deficits, but also sets a precedent for sustained competitiveness under evolving technical landscapes. As F1 progresses through the 2026 season, stakeholders will keenly watch how these upgrades and strategic decisions unfold on track. GPF fans and Motorsport.com have highlighted that the success of the Honda upgrade at Zandvoort could provide critical insights into Aston Martin's trajectory for both immediate race outcomes and long-term competitiveness. The unresolved debate over responsibility, whether it lies more with Newey's design or Honda's engine limitations, continues to influence public perception and internal discussions. This ongoing dialogue underscores the multifaceted nature of performance challenges in modern Formula One, where technical partnerships must navigate complex interdependencies between power units and chassis designs. Ultimately, the success of Aston Martin's approach hinges not only on immediate fixes but also on sustained innovation across multiple seasons. By focusing on both short-term gains through the Honda engine upgrade and long-term architectural decisions for AMR 27, the team aims to bridge a performance gap that has been a persistent challenge throughout 2026. As the season progresses towards the Belgian Grand Prix at Zandvoort, all eyes will be on how these strategies translate into tangible results on track. The ability of Aston Martin and Honda to effectively manage both immediate operational hurdles and long-term strategic goals could determine their competitive standing not just in the current year, but also in the evolving landscape of Formula One's future. The interplay between present challenges and forward-looking initiatives encapsulates the intricate nature of modern Formula One, where teams must balance short-term performance with sustained innovation. As Aston Martin prepares to debut their upgraded Honda engine at Zandvoort, the results will be a crucial indicator not only for their immediate prospects, but also for the broader strategic direction shaping the team's journey towards 2027 and beyond. This multifaceted approach reflects the dynamic interplay between technical partnerships and competitive objectives in Formula One. As teams continue to navigate the complexities of evolving regulations, the effectiveness of integrated strategies will be pivotal in determining future success on the racetrack. For Aston Martin and Honda, leveraging immediate upgrades while laying groundwork for sustained competitiveness underscores their commitment to overcoming current limitations and positioning themselves strategically ahead of competitors. The interplay between these dual focus areas, short-term performance improvements and long-term architectural advancements, will continue to shape the narrative around Aston Martin's progress in the coming months. As they approach key milestones such as the debut of the upgraded engine at Zandvoort, each step will be crucial in validating their strategies for both immediate results and future dominance. Ultimately, the success of Aston Martin's multifaceted approach hinges on their ability to effectively integrate short-term fixes with long-term planning, positioning them not only to address current performance gaps, but also to establish a strong foundation for sustained competitiveness under evolving technical regulations. As they move forward into the second half of 2026 and beyond, this strategic balance will be key in defining their trajectory within the competitive landscape of Formula One. The debate over responsibility for Aston Martin's early struggles continues to influence internal discussions and public perception, highlighting the need for transparent communication and collaborative problem-solving. As teams face similar challenges with new regulations, the lessons learned from Aston Martin's journey could provide valuable insights into navigating transitions effectively in future seasons. In summary, the interplay between immediate operational improvements and long-term strategic planning underscores the complexities faced by modern Formula One teams. By focusing on both short-term fixes through the Honda engine upgrade and long-term architectural decisions for AMR 27, Aston Martin aims to bridge performance gaps while positioning themselves strategically ahead of competitors in the evolving landscape of Formula One. As F1 progresses towards critical junctures such as the Belgian Grand Prix at Zandvoort, all eyes will be on how these integrated strategies translate into tangible results on track. The success or failure of this multifaceted approach could have significant implications for Aston Martin's competitive standing, not only in 2026, but also in shaping their trajectory towards future seasons under evolving technical regulations. This ongoing narrative reflects the dynamic nature of Formula One, where teams must constantly adapt and innovate to overcome challenges and establish sustained competitiveness. For Aston Martin and Honda, effectively managing both immediate operational hurdles and long-term strategic goals will be pivotal in determining their success on the racetrack and beyond. The uncertainty surrounding Aston Martin's progress has been a central theme this season, with the team's underperformance attributed primarily to their power unit issues rather than chassis design shortcomings. Despite this setback, the anticipated Honda upgrade scheduled for Zandvoort is seen as a potential game-changer. Team insiders believe that the new engine could provide a significant boost in performance, particularly on tracks such as Monza and Spa-Francorchamps. Honda's chief engineer Hiroki Orihara has been notably circumspect about the exact gains expected from the upgrade, stating that while improvements are anticipated, they may not match the rumored 50 bph. However, the team remains optimistic, framing the engine update as a necessary step toward recovery in the second half of the season. Beyond immediate fixes for this year, Aston Martin's long-term strategy focuses on leveraging lessons from the 2026 challenges to shape their approach for the upcoming rules changes in 2027. Adrian Newey's early involvement in these discussions highlights a proactive stance aimed at avoiding similar issues next season. While media skepticism surrounds some of the more ambitious claims, such as the projected 0.5 second per lap improvement, there is broad agreement that any incremental gains could be crucial in tightening the midfield battle. This shift underscores the importance of strategic planning and technical collaboration between teams and suppliers like Honda to navigate future regulatory changes effectively. The debate over responsibility for Aston Martin's early season struggles continues to simmer beneath the surface, with opinions divided on whether Adrian Newey or Honda bears more accountability. Critics argue that Newey's design choices may have exacerbated engine integration issues, while defenders point out the complexities of balancing aerodynamics and powertrain performance under stringent regulations. Despite these challenges, both team and supplier maintain a collaborative approach to problem-solving, suggesting that any public disagreements are overshadowed by ongoing efforts to synchronize their technical initiatives. This partnership will be critical as Aston Martin aims to leverage its early start on AMR 27 development to gain an advantage in the 2027 season. Reflecting back to the initial regulatory changes introduced earlier this year, such as additional fuel allowances, energy deployment revisions, and modifications to aerodynamic rules like the T-tray, it's clear that these adjustments have presented new opportunities for teams to innovate. For Aston Martin, these modifications serve not only as challenges, but also as catalysts for strategic adaptation. As the season progresses, all eyes will be on how well Aston Martin can capitalize on their partnership with Honda to recover lost ground. The team's approach of combining immediate fixes with long-term planning demonstrates a dual-front strategy aimed at both salvaging this year's results and positioning themselves favorably for future seasons. With each new development, the story of Aston Martin and Honda unfolds in intricate detail, painting a picture of resilience and innovation in Formula One. As the teams prepare to take on upcoming races, their collaborative efforts will undoubtedly shape the narrative of not just this season, but the competitive landscape moving forward.